Hi everyone, it's Colleen, your Adult Services Librarian, here at the Shelby County Public Library. And for today's book talk, I'm talking about some of my favorite books. I would wrap up this series by giving you guys some of my favorite books, just to give you a little idea of where I'm coming from when I make my recommendations. So the first book I want to talk about is Black Swan Green by David Mitchell. This one is a little atypical of Mitchell's work, but was the first one I read by him and the first one I really loved. This follows a young Jason Taylor who is growing up in England in the early 1980s and just kind of follows his life as he learns and grows up. This has actually been categorized sometimes as YA, but it kind of has a really nice sort of nostalgic feel to it that I really like. David Mitchell's books usually tend to have some sort of sci-fi elements to them. Sometimes they're historical fiction. He really likes to mix things up. So if you're looking for his take on YA, I would recommend this one. The next one I want to recommend is a classic, and it's Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Rebecca is the classic story of a young woman, Mrs. De Winter, who in a whirlwind marriage married Maxim De Winter and is whisked off to his house in Cornwall. The young Mrs. De Winter finds herself lacking, though, in comparison to the title character Rebecca, Maxim's first wife, who died under mysterious circumstances, which is later revealed throughout the novel what they actually are. I really love this book because it is a great gothic tale with great atmosphere building and really lovely detail. The way Du Maurier writes is really gorgeous, and I fell in love almost immediately while reading it. And finally, this is a gothic, but a little bit more heavy on the romance, and it is The Rose Garden by Susanna Kearsley. This follows the story of Eva Ward, who comes back to Cornwall to bury her dead sister's ashes, and while she's there, finds herself traveling in time back to the early 1700s. While there, she finds herself falling in love with a man and must choose between her life in the present and her time in the past. Susanna Kearsley is one of the best writers of scene and time period I've ever read. She really makes a place come alive for you, and it's one of the great joys I have while reading her books. This is one of the first ones I read by her, and it's one of the most romantic and sweeping ones of hers that I've read as well. So if you're interested in reading something like that, I would recommend this. That's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed these book talks and you picked some good books out of it. I'll see you guys. Bye.